Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today I have the first bottle of a set of 4, the new range of Glenrothes. There had been an incredible amount of different bottles from Glenrothes over the years, and all of them showed 3 dates on the label. First was the distillation date, second the date of selection of the casks, which would be married together for the batch to produce, and then the final date when it was really bottled, all from one distillery, so those multiple casks blended together, still a single malt. Now they switched over, they changed to a more classical age statement, 10 years in this case, and well, the old bottles may become a collector's item, probably. The first bottle is a 10-year-old. There is a bottle with a slightly higher ABV, then a 12 years old and an 18 years old whiskey. And this series is called the Soleo collection. And this is derived from the Soleo process in the sherry industry, and there you put the grapes on mats, grass mats, yeah, and then with the sun the water is evaporating out of the grapes, and they lose water, and the relative content of sugar rises. In a good ripe grape for a Pedro Jimenez sherry, there is probably 300 grams of sugar on a liter. This is quite a lot. And after this Soleo process, not to mix up with the Solera process, which is also a process in the sherry industry, but this belongs to the maturation in different casks. During this process, the sugar content rises up to 500 grams per liter because the water evaporates and the sugar resides in the grapes. Then they are turning the grapes and selecting the bad ones, putting them off, and after that they are fermenting the wine. Yeah, and from this Soleo process of drying the grapes, the collection got its name. And this is the first one, the 10-year-old, with a yellow color on the label and on the card box. And the bottle remained the same. It's uncolored, so this is natural color. And you see, it's not too dark for a 10-year-old. There is an amount of sherry casks in it, or first fill sherry casks in it, but most of that would be second fill or third fill sherry cask. And there is, as always, some character description on the label: vanilla, shortbread, and lemon peel. And I find that wonderful that they give you a first hint if you have a look at that bottle. Should I not? Yeah, it's 40% ABV, 10 years of age, price around 40 euros, dollars, pounds. The cork is fixed with a cap, which you have to turn, otherwise it won't get loose, the stopper from the glass. This is wonderful because this will lead to less broken corks, because there's a special way to open bottles. First to turn to overcome the sticking friction, and if you're going into moving friction, then the force is much less, which you need to turn to get out the cork. And this less stress on the cork will reduce the number of cork failures you have. Yeah, vanilla. First is vanilla, fresh casks, and then this maltiness, this shortbread note with a light, buttery, creamy note. In the back there's this citrus note. Not yet peel, but some little bit dry influence in my nose. You can't smell the alcohol. It's 40% ABV, and the cask might have been too strong for that. It's not too complex. It's quite straightforward. It's very pleasant. Yeah. Light, oily in my mouth, and after that, some sharper, spicier wooden notes appear. It's not bitter, it's not a long aftertaste, it's just some spiciness on my tongue. Light, the lemon peel gets stronger a little bit. Yeah. And there's some sweetness in the aftertaste. That's it. Quite simple, straightforward, pleasant, gentle, with a little kick of oakiness behind. So that's not too boring. It's a friendly, good, easy to sip whiskey with 40 euros, dollars, pounds for a 10-year-old. That's quite good. That's normal. And this is a good successor to the older whiskies, the whiskies before, which were produced before at the Glenrothes. But if you look at the bottle, it's not too dark. It's natural color. So you see, there's not too much of first fill sherry casks in it. So there's still a good distillery character in it, not covered by too much fruitiness or sweetness from different sorts of sherry. No, this is a typical space cider, and it lacks a little bit the earthiness from Glenrothes, which the older ones are famous for. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.